It's 5:30 p.m. I call the Mount Morris Township Board meeting in order to please rise for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Dora.
Present.
Ms. Loper.
Present.
Mr. Baxter. Present. Mr. Green.
Here.
Myself present. Mr. Mays is absent. Ms. Jonah.
Present.
6 present, 1 absent.
We need to add to the agenda was left off of purchasing the 2014 GMC pickup truck for the maintenance department. Their Ford pickup transmission went out in it, and the frame is rusted. So you have the information in your packet that was sent home, but if I could have that added.
I make a motion to approve the board meeting of October 13, 2025 with the added agenda item.
Have a motion by Allen, supported by the treasurer to approve the agenda with the adding of the 2014 GMC pickup truck to the agenda. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Ms. Dora.
Yes.
Ms. Loper.
Yes.
Ms. Baxter.
Yep.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Jonah.
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Need a motion to approve the minutes of the board meeting of September the 22nd. Is that Mays or
Ms. King.
Keenan? Have a motion by Loper, supported by Keenan, to approve the minutes of the board meeting September the 22nd. Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Ms. Loper.
Yes.
Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Jonah.
Yes.
Ms. Dora.
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Need a motion to approve payment of the bills from September the 18th through October the 8th in the amounts of $1,983,361.06. What's your pleasure?
Move.
Support.
Have a motion by Keenan, supported by Baxter, to approve payment of the bills from September the 18th through October the 8th in the amount of $1,983,361.06. Is there any further discussion on payment of the bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Jonah.
Yes.
Ms. Dora.
Yes.
Ms. Loper.
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
This time we set aside public comments on agenda items. Is there anybody wanting to address the board in regards to agenda items?
James Thomas, 5393 Webster Road, Mount Morris Township. I just need to ask about this nuisance ordinance, reckless driving. Is there an ordinance already into place for off-road vehicles going down public roads? Because if there's not, I would like to ask that you would somehow include this in your ordinance. I've got more off-road vehicles going up and down our road than probably anywhere else in this township. Here a couple months ago, there was a couple of go-karts going down the road. It was just starting to turn dark. Me and my wife were on our way home. And she said, and my wife cautioned me, you better look out. I said, yeah, I see him. Go-karts. It was just starting to turn dark, not quite dark yet. And I said, yeah, I see him. She said, no, the other one. If she hadn't have said that, I would have ran right over the top of this kid. About a month ago, when I was leaving my driveway to come here, I almost had a collision with a golf cart. There's about 4 or 5 golf carts in our neighborhood, and they're constantly going up and down the road. Tonight, before I left to come here, there was too many bikes running up and down the road. I was grateful that at least these kids had sense enough to have some helmets on anyway. But I see these side-by-sides, these 4 you name it, they're coming back and forth. Wouldn't be so bad if there's just a couple of them here and there, but it's just got to be. I mean, you set out on the porch on a Saturday afternoon or Friday afternoon, they're coming and going. Some of them are going up to the bar and doing whatever they do in there and getting back out there again and speeding and spinning out and doing whatever else. There's not a real police presence there on Webster Road on the dirt part. And I want to make very clear, this is not a knock against our police department. I know they've got their hands full, but it is a compliment to our neighborhood that we don't have a lot of issues out there for the police to be there. But I'm just asking if you can include something in this ordinance to where you can slow this down a little bit at least. Winter's coming up, I know it's going to slow down a little bit. Next summer, next spring, it's all going to start all over again. Probably all because we're out in the country and it's a dirt road.
We'll review that with legal counsel.
Okay, thank you.
If it can be added.
Thanks,
Very
thanks,
much.
Board.
Any other public comments in regards to agenda items?
Good evening, Jolena Sims, 5432 Sarah Rose Drive. I just have a question on the treasurer request to promote Dorothy Jean Johnson to system administrator and treasurer specialist. I'm questioning what that is. Is that, I know Sonia is retiring. I think I had called you and asked you a question. And we did discuss that she's retiring and you need someone to do the treasurer part. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so you need to train someone while Sonia is here, am I correct? Okay, I understand, because I remember Mrs. Armstrong, board members, when she was saying, I need Sonia, I need Sonia, I need Sonia, because she helps with some of the treasurer. Okay, so yeah, with Sonia leaving, oh, yes, I'm aware of that. So that's what that is. Okay, just was questioning. All right, thanks.
Any other public comments?
Lori Beach, Mount Morris Township Police Department. I had a question regarding the system administrator, treasury specialist as well. And when you Google it, it says that it's support maintenance of treasury systems and software. Don't we pay VC3 for all of those as well as Sonia?
Sonia's job is twofold. She has the VC3, she has the IT portion, but she also has where she's doing extensive work in BSNA for our tax portion that we have to send out twice a year. So the winter and summer tax portion. So as far as that tax portion, that's what Jean would be doing. As far as VC3 and the IT, I don't know how that's going to be rectified and who's going to be managing.
Well, I know that every time we have an issue, we don't have IT to come down there. All we have to do is call VC3. So I don't know why we would pay somebody else again. And then the financial part of it, when you Google the duties of that, it also says, you know, the financial part of it.
The treasury position.
Right, but when you Google System Administrator, Treasury Specialist, it says IT administration with treasury functions focusing on the technical support, maintenance, and improvement of treasury systems and software. And that is what,
Through BSNA.
okay, and then it has financial, you have the financial part of it, right? Okay, and so we have a financial advisor already, right? We have Mr. Holmes. We also pay for Yo and Yo. We also have a deputy treasurer and a treasurer, and VC3. So you have 5 things that we're paying for, correct? For your department.
Managing. Not just for my department.
That's what
My
you're asking
department
for.
Needs for treasury, correct.
Okay. So all of that, though, you want to replace the IT person with the clerks, or the cashier, I'm sorry.
She is getting promoted to do treasury work.
Does that come with a pay raise?
There is a different level raise for system administrator, yes.
Okay, okay. And then,
Added responsibility.
okay, and she's got all the IT tech stuff to go with it, all the training and everything that goes with it?
This is not an IT position for her. This is a.
I thought you just said she was taking Sonia's position, which is the IT
Not
position.
IT. Sonia has two functions. She has IT.
And
she has
BSNA.
Treasury.
Okay,
Treasury is what I need to fill.
okay. So that's what you're asking for with a pay raise?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's that based on?
New position in the union contract, which isn't there, which needs to be negotiated.
Right, okay. So again, just another thing thrown in there. And then you have the DivDat machine, right, that's going to take her job as well, the cashier position that she's gonna take her position too, right?
Automation. So
Okay.
when our residents need to get service on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or if they're homebound and they can't get here, they can pick up a phone and make a payment. It's called moving into the 21st century. And
I understand that, I just don't understand why we have to pay so many people to do one person's job and then create a position I've never
It's
even,
one person's job. It's thousands of people working.
I understand that. So she won't have to do that as much, right? She's gonna go to the other stuff. She's gonna do what Sonia's
She's
doing,
gonna be more involved in the tax and the water sewer area. Of
and
the
she's trained in all that.
Your time's
She
up.
needs to be.
Your time's up.
Okay.
Anyone else wishing to address the board in regards to agenda items? Anyone else wishing to address the board under agenda items? I close citizens' comments under agenda items. Unfinished business. Clerk request to hire account clerk. Mr. Allen,
We need to untable it.
need a motion to untable?
Make a motion to untable to request to hire account clerk.
A motion by Brian Baxter, supported by Loper, to untable the request to hire account clerk. Any further discussion on the motion?
I think it would be advisable for us to just pump the brakes on this one until we know what's going to happen with the outsourcing of payroll, and so that we know what their duties will entail, to be able to put that in a contract. I'm not in objection to this position if we need it after we're done doing what we may do.
I have a motion to remove it from the table. Are you requesting something other than that?
Support.
Already have support to remove it from the table. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes. Mr. Mays,
Yes.
Ms. Jonah,
Yes.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
vote unanimous.
Okay, Clerk Allen?
Yeah, so
have the floor.
when we first started talking about the account clerk position, that's because that time the deputy clerk has so many responsibilities. So we were just trying to pull some of the responsibilities over, ease the workload that have been created prior to me even taking this office. So that's what it was. So, and at the board's direction, I did go to universities and went a lot of places to try to find applicants, and to no luck. The young lady did apply, and I talked to her in early August. She's like very wet behind the ear, but she couldn't make it tonight because she's in grad school, political science, a major, and I thought that would be someone that we can kind of homegrown, meaning set our mark so she can do 25 years here, 22 years of age, kind of like Jennifer Smith was when Jennifer came in her late teens. I thought that was an excellent idea to have her there. She's very acclimated with the community and everything like that. I was going to bring her in a part-time basis, not to overwhelm her, to actually, like I said, do account clerk, to do payroll. And I know that we were, looking to outsource it, but it actually would be cheaper to have her here doing payroll than outsources. And we actually did an excellent job with those who that work for the township as far as payroll. There was no hiccups and everything. The payroll went out. As you know, everybody got paid. There was no blemishes or nothing like that. That was brought to my attention. So overall, I thought it was a good fit of a young lady that can come in that has a political science background that just needs to be shown what to do here. So we can just plant seeds in it and stuff like that. So, and the reason why her absence is not
That's your
tonight.
motion.
Yeah, I make a motion that we hire Sarah Hamilton as part-time as a account clerk.
Do I have support on the motion?
I have support, but I also have, what's the wages gonna be?
It was 2041.
I have a comment.
Sure.
The concept, I wholeheartedly think that's a wonderful concept. I just feel like it's too little too late almost at this point. And although you say that we have not had issues with payroll, we've had issues. We've had issues. And we asked about the hats being removed over a year ago. I mean, I know I was the one that led that charge, and I agree with you. Our previous person doing payroll wore 5 hats or so, and we asked how come we couldn't move these hats and what we could do. At this point, I would like to at least hear how her position compares to outsourcing payroll. At the end of the day, we need to make sure that we have people are being paid and they're being paid right. Just last week when we had our meeting, it was said our backs, you said your back, was against the wall, and about payroll. We should never be in the position to where our backs against the wall when it comes to paying people for doing their jobs. People work too hard. Our police officers, the folks who are working here every day, they should be paid. Our back shouldn't be against the wall. And if we can have a system that's in place, most of your companies do outsource that. They have somebody that do it, they outsource it, and it's done. So I think we should entertain it and at least listen to what the difference is among, with her being here and us having somebody else here, because we should have did this a year ago, and maybe some of the things that we experienced with payroll would not have happened had we started taking hats off about a year ago. That's my.
I said that about a year ago, but the thing was that my past deputy clerk was under contract, so all those job duties were still in place. Now, after my deputy clerk was left, then we been able to pull those whatever.
Every time we looked at the previous person's contract, I asked before we renewed it about a year ago. I said, what is so different each year that this person is doing 5 hats and the previous person had not been doing 5 hats?
Right.
Those were the times to look at those 5 hats and say, hey, this, and we'll see what we can do. We did not do that.
Yep. But
And
we
now
also.
here we are. And just last week, you said your back was against the wall. You had to hurry up and get somebody so people could get paid.
Right.
We should never be in that position.
As far as training the young lady, that's where I alluded to. But also, we was also waiting on a wage study that took about 4 months to get. So it was the little
this has
things
been
that I was trying to wait on, not
ongoing
to.
Conversation, Mr. Allen.
For sure.
About the 5 hats. I take it back 2 years. Before some of the new people on the board got on board.
For sure.
We said, you kept saying, wearing more and more hats, we got more, and I said, okay, and your solution at that time was to add more money. And I said, what is more money going to do to take some of this responsibility off? Now, here we are. But I asked this about 2 years ago, and every time I asked, it was like, well, she needs to get paid this more money, or they need to have more money. And I'm thinking, well, how's that going to resolve having the responsibility? So I want to hear the whole thing and all of our options. At least I want to hear it. I can't speak for nobody else, but I want to hear all of our options before I decide to bring somebody else on board. That's my thought.
Like we spoke at the last meeting, if I may, Supervisor, at the last meeting, we have discussed for years, like Michelle has just said, about us outsourcing when the time was right. I believe the time is right. I believe now is the time when we're having a transition to take these responsibilities and HR out of our office and into a reputable company who does this for other municipalities and other organizations, who has a good record and is cost efficient. To me, it is a no-brainer, because it's like we won't have the personality issues that we've had. We won't have litigation like we've had. We won't have some things that have cost this township a lot of money if we decide to start outsourcing some, and payroll and HR, I believe, is our first opportunity to do such. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the motion?
I do. So I still stand where I stood last week. Again, this is our opportunity to actually do something and move forward. Now, what I mean by that, and I still understand what you said last week too, we can look at all areas. But right now, this is our prime opportunity to do something that's in front of us right now. But I have no problem with looking at other areas to see what we might be able to do in other areas too. But right now, we're talking about this. And I think we should take this opportunity to take advantage of it. Now, the reason why I'm saying that, let's say we do hire someone.
Right.
And they get in here.
Right.
And for whatever reason, it don't work out like we thought.
Mhm.
We back to square one.
Well, that person will be part-time, and then also it's cheaper than the
It don't matter.
payroll, and it's still payroll will still get done.
It don't matter. We'll be back to square one. That's just my thoughts.
Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Myself, yes.
Repeat the
What's
motion,
the,
please.
yeah,
That we bring in Sarai Hamilton as account clerk part-time at 2041. That's amazing,
before we do that, let me ask another question
for sure.
before we have roll call. Do you really want to have this roll call right now before we hear?
Well, you got a motion on
A
the
motion on the
floor.
floor.
Okay,
The only
well, I'm
way to
just saying,
Stop it is
Yeah.
to table.
I'm saying, do you really want, because I'll make a motion to table it, but
I would
Have a
support
motion
you
it.
really
to
want to
table.
hear?
I have a
Okay,
motion to
I'll make
table.
a motion to table this until after we hear the rest of the information.
I have a motion to table. Do I have support?
Support.
Roll call.
Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Jonah.
Yes.
Ms. Dora.
Yes.
Ms. Loper.
Yes.
Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Vote unanimous.
That's to the next meeting.
Yes.
Thank you. Need a motion. The next item on the agenda is King and Loper to outsourcing payroll. Need a motion to remove it from the table.
So moved.
Support.
Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Ms. Jonah.
Yes.
Ms. Dora.
Yes.
Ms. Loper.
Yes.
Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Well, I think the first thing we need to do is hear, everybody got in their packet what outsourcing would look like. I want to hear numbers. Mr. Do you have that information that you could go? I know you got it. I want to know from the perspective how it would affect our budget versus having somebody. And is it truly a cost savings? I mean, we need to know that. Decision you're making.
Good evening, Supervisor Green, Township Board, and residents. This information is still fastly coming to us as we have been looking at three potential vendors that one of whom you've already received some information from Paychex there. There was just about 20 minutes ago another proposal sent from Yo and Yo that would possibly shed some additional information for you all to consider as you make this decision. ADP was the other vendor that was looked at. And comparably, there's a distinct difference in the price for Paychex and the others. However, I think it would be fair to this body for you all to really take a look at the proposals that in total that were sent both from Paychex and from Yo and Yo to make some comparables. ADP didn't submit a proposal, but they did send cost factors that immediately are not within our wheelhouse there. ADP for HR and payroll, for example, is better than $107,000. And that would not be something that I would definitely recommend to this body. But there are some more economical estimates from these quotes there, and Paychex is the least amount between those that you have. But again, I think it would be wise for this body to really take a look in a whole so that you have all of the information to consider to compare what Yo and Yo is proposing versus Paychex. Undoubtedly, it would be less to outsource. But again, I would recommend you look at the variables of both of those before you make a decision.
Because we had the paycheck stuff, so Yo and Yo just sent this about how,
Yo and Yo sent it about 20 minutes
Okay.
ago there. They was trying to get it to us before, but it was just hot off the press there.
okay.
And that's, if I'm looking at this correctly, Yo and Yo is only payroll, not HR?
That's
that
correct.
correct?
Yes, correct. They did want to include a broader proposal for HR, but with the time constraints of trying to get something to this meeting tonight, they weren't able to put together a comprehensive proposal on that there.
So is your recommendation to hold this until the following meeting?
I believe for you all to really get a good grasp on the differences, that would probably be the wise thing to do.
What's your pleasure?
I make a motion to table this. Before I make that motion,
You
are
already
we,
made the motion.
I didn't finish it, Mr. Green. I just want
You
to make
made a
sure,
motion to table.
are we gonna be able to get paid? Are everybody gonna get
Yes,
paid?
everybody-
I just want to make sure, I don't want nobody not to get paid, y'all be looking at us. Okay, thank you, Mr. Green. I make the motion that we table this until we have a,
Do I have support?
thank you.
All right, thank you.
Make sure they get paid.
Roll call.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Most definitely.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Y'all heard
Ms. Jones.
Alan say everybody, y'all gonna get paid.
Already got paid. It just got paid Saturday. It was not an issue. That's why. No issue.
Next item on the agenda is a request from trustee King and Loper to amend financial policy to reflect auditor's concern. I need a motion to remove it from the table.
Leave it on the table.
Yeah, I don't need it off of the table until the attorney,
So you want to leave it on the table?
yes, sir.
Okay. Need a motion from you, Ms. King. Do I have support?
Support.
To leave it on the table. Roll call.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Jonah,
Yes.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
vote unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is Mount Morris Township CMOM contract, which I provided you at the last meeting to review. And we have a gentleman from the County Water and Waste here. He didn't show up? Yes. Need a motion to table it until we can make arrangements with the county water and waste, because they confirmed they would be here.
So moved. Support.
Got Loper?
Yep.
Motion by Keenan, supported by Loper, to table the CMOM contract with the Genesee County Water and Waste. Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays,
Yes.
Ms. Jonah, Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
vote unanimous.
Our legal counsel is under the weather. We received a memo from him requesting that this needs to be reviewed in regards to the deputy treasurer updated contract, and get some input from Gary and him both, along with the deputy treasurer. So, under legal counsel's advice, I'm asking this to be tabled.
So moved.
I'll support that. Roll call, please.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, Mr. Mays,
Yes.
Ms. Jonah,
Yep.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
vote unanimous.
Deputy clerk's contract. Mr. Allen.
So, well, that was the one that he did, finish and sent to everybody with the wages at $25 an hour and all the benefits. Is there anything in there, that you have any questions? The attorney said, let him know, but it's presented as presented. It is as it's presented, I'm sorry, the contract.
Well, I have some questions because my deputy's contract got tabled and there's been a big issue because she had pre-approved time off. She had some deaths in the family, and there were certain weeks where she didn't work 40 hours. So there was questions about whether or not she was working full time. And we've already started off with this new deputy where she's not worked full time last week. So, I just would like to see consistency in these contracts.
She just got hired in the middle of the week. So of course, she wasn't full time, but also you got two different contracts. It was because we tabled. I'm not going to allude into what your deputy treasurer may and may not have done, but what we have in front of us is a contract that has been reviewed by attorneys, and other than the two comparisons that you made, I think it's a straightforward contract about benefits and everything else.
Is she
That's
going
it.
to be working full time? Is
She
she going to
is.
have her hours set from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.?
Exactly.
I have questions I'd like to ask the
I
attorney.
didn't see that in the contract.
It's in there.
It's in there.
The attorney's not here, so.
I need a motion before we discuss.
I make a motion that we approve the deputy clerk's contract as presented.
Do I have support?
Support. Support.
Discussion.
Now, if I may,
Yes, ma'am, you may.
Supervisor, just say that I have some questions concerning our deputies' contracts looking the same or not looking the same, and being that template that we talked about for a couple years now. And until the attorney can answer some questions that I have, because I'm seeing differences.
This is the template contract that we asked him to draw up that he provided at the last meeting,
Understand that,
Okay.
Mr. Green, same as.
which will
the
be different than what the
deputy.
treasurer contract was. Okay?
The
Or
contract
deputy
that we
treasurer.
had, Dora,
So-
excuse me, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go
The
ahead.
contract that we had before is similar to what we have done before, even with Ms. Latrell's, Mr. Latrell Holmes, I'm sorry, is that everything is same as his, just a difference in the hourly wage. There's the arbitration, all that stuff is taken out. You got to work 90 days a year to get all those benefits and stuff like that. That was the template. Now, what was presented to, and like I said, I don't want to go into the deputy treasurer's contract. A lot of that stuff was taken out, going back and forth. We didn't, this is,
Template was changed is your argument.
yeah, templates were changed, and he was explaining that. There was a lot of back and forth, and we still ain't not clear to what's what. But this was the actual template that we have in front of you. That's how it's supposed to have looked. And she's hourly. Never before they were salary. None of our deputies. And I kept that the same as well. I made that clear that she's going to be hourly. So it was a lot of changes in that contract compared to what the deputy clerk, and we were being consistent here.
Hourly means paid overtime, correct?
What's that?
Hourly means paid overtime?
Oh, for sure. When you work elections, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
It's
requested
always
salaries for my
have.
staff.
Yeah, we work different hours and long hours during election times, of course, early
Yeah.
voting and all that stuff.
Yeah, we
No-
work
nothing
long
has
hours for
changed.
tax too. What did you do with the contract that Ginger and I signed in May?
I gave it to the attorney. We can't discuss it now, but but it was all in the
Missing
attorney's hand.
contract.
It's not.
Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Yes, Mr. Mays,
Yes.
Ms. Jonah,
Yes.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Ms. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
vote unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is Police Department request to send a 2021 Dodge Charger vehicle to auction at Eagle.
Good evening. I'm requesting actually, I got two cars. We recently took another one out of service. So the first vehicle would be a 2021 Dodge Charger police vehicle that has just shy of 120,000 miles on it. It's like 119,800 something miles like that. And it's got some pretty serious mechanical issues that are not even worth fixing at this point due to the mileage and condition of the vehicle. So I'm asking that we send that one to auction.
The other one, you want to send them both to the auction?
Yes, sir. The other one would be a 2021 Dodge Charger. That vehicle has 125,600 miles on it, and it's in pretty much the same condition as the other one.
What's your pleasure?
Support.
Have a motion by King, supported by King, to send a 2021 Dodge Charger and a 2021 Dodge Charger, one to 119,800 miles, the other one
125.6.
125,600. What's your pleasure? Roll.
Mr. Mays,
Yes.
Ms. Jonah,
Yes.
Ms. Dora,
Yes.
Mr. Loper,
Yes.
Mr. Baxter,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
myself, yes, vote unanimous.
Chief,
Yes.
I bid $20 for both of them.
I think you'd have a problem with $20.
You're welcome. Next item on the agenda is Fire Station 2 requesting to purchase strong arm portable hydraulic tool at $7,800 plus shipping use cost recovery.
The shipping, I found out, is going to be $150. This tool was showed to us on the demonstration of the car jaws. This tool is made for houses, for steel doors, the steel bars on windows. Recently, we've been having fires in basements where people having their marijuana, and they're all locked in with steel doors and stuff, and we have to try to use pry bars. This tool is all battery operated, and it's fast, lightweight, and it's just similar to like a car jaws, that we have. This is, I'd like to get this for our station.
What's your pleasure?
And I give you a picture of it too on the, yeah.
Is this, I just have a quick question. Is this going to be used between all the departments?
If we all, on a structure fire, we all end up there anyway, so yes, it can be, yes.
So the total cost is $79.50.
Yeah, $79.50 total. And after this is the only one they have in stock, and after this, it goes up to $9,000, so. That's why, and I was told that when we purchased the jaws through the grant, so that's why I went after, and I have over $45,000 in my cost recovery that I'm not supposed to be spending.
Have a motion by King, supported by Keenan, to purchase a hydraulic tool at a cost of $7,950 to be taken from his cost recovery. Roll call.
Ms. Jonah?
Yes.
Ms. Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Thank you, Board.
Unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is a request to hire Jacob Hawkins as the assessing department as the appraisal assessor, which will be replacing Don's job. When he retired, we've been advertising for a year. And Jacob has met the requirements. We had 6 applicants. 4 of them didn't have any assessing background. One of them had just started the class, wouldn't complete it until May. So I'm requesting that we hire Jacob Hawkins.
So moved. Support.
Roll call, please.
Can I ask a question, please?
Most definitely.
Does he have experience doing this, or is he?
Yes, he has
And is he
completed
in-
the class.
is
He's
he in the
got his
audience?
MCL, and he's right there.
Just
He'll
show
be
him.
able to be in the field doing measurements and. filling-
Immediately.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, Mr. Green, you said yes, he had worked in other
Yes, he-
spots? He had done this before?
We'll also have to train him in our procedures with our books, which will be done by the assessor.
Thank you,
Linda
sir.
will take him out and do those things to make sure that he follows the procedures. Any further questions? Roll call, please.
Ms. Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Jonah?
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Welcome. And his contract is one of the form contracts, union contract.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make
It's
sure.
a union position.
Yes, sir.
This nuisance ordinance is informational.
The next one is a nuisance ordinance. It's an information item. We need to do some additional studying on that in regards to
I know that our,
ATV vehicles and pull that within our ordinance, pull off the city of Flint's ordinance.
and then I
name and
think the
stuff in it.
attorney mentioned Flushing's ordinance
Flushing's
too.
ordinance also.
So, is it your understanding that we're gonna take the best of all of these and put it
Gonna
together
put them
and
together
make
and
the
create an
best?
ordinance where we will actually impound the vehicle. They can buy it back. I think some of the aspects are between $900 and $1,200 to get it back, or they'll forfeit it to the township.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you have a time frame for that, Supervisor?
Well, I would assume that we can have legal counsel give it to us either by the end of this month or the 1st of November meeting, because he has all the information, and I believe that would be reasonable time to draw it up, so we can have it, review it, and do the first reading.
And then I'd also like our chief to be privy, so that we could hear his concerns too, or maybe even additions. He's out on the street. He probably knows what to expect more than
Through
we
the
do.
help of our chief, he procured several of these ordinances from the existing jurisdictions,
Perfect.
and I assume he's in favor of this.
Thank you, sir.
Can I add one other thing too?
I most definitely will let you talk.
So, all right, I appreciate that. And I'm pretty sure the city of Flint, they have that off-the-road vehicle ordinance.
I think it covers all vehicles
Yeah,
that
That's-
endanger lives.
yeah, I think they have that in their
Yeah,
ordinance already.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions? Next item is a treasurer's request to approve data contracts.
The same contract, support.
You make the motion?
I make the motion, yeah.
Support.
Any further discussion? In regards to this, we've talked to these people 3 times, and each time we talk to them, we get a different price.
What are you talking about?
In regards to what they will provide us and how they'll provide it. And the aspect of, I talked with Grand Blanc Township, they use BSNA to do this, and they have a machine out front where people can pay
Larry,
using their credit cards and stuff.
let me help explain this to you. Grand Blanc Township has a kiosk, which is like any simple device, your phone, iPad, whatever. We have a website that offers that for our residents. The difference between DivDat and BSNA and a simple kiosk is that it is functions like an ATM machine where you actually input cash to pay. There's no other vendor that competes with them for this. And we have over 2,000 cash transactions, well over 2,000, probably closer to 3 during tax season, winter tax season, and summer. So it helps balance people paying cash, and it would be available again when we're not in the office. For folks that work 8 to 5 that can't get in here Monday through Thursday, our residents can come in on Fridays, Saturdays, on the weekend, and actually make their payments.
And
So, as far as the
their
pricing-
cost,
As far as their pricing, is $3,000 a month.
and when we first talked with them, it was 2. And now you're telling me it's 3.
It's always been 3,000 a month. It's 2,500 and then 500 for the 2,500 and then 500 for the phone service. But they are giving us a price break. For the first 4 months, it's no cost for the machine. We will have to pay for the phone, which is $500. But for 4 months, we can utilize the machine, no cost. And that's because I had difficulty arranging an open house or a town hall for people to come use it. There's a cost involved in that. If I have people do that, then there's a situation where, then we can't get the 4 months at a reduced rate. So
We didn't get the town hall that's presented. Karen, you guys didn't meet with the clerk, I'm sorry, with the treasurer?
No, we were contacted the Thursday before Labor Day, and I was out of the center that day. And I was under the understanding the treasurer was going to call us back. Ginger had asked Sandy, our assistant, if she wanted her to call, and I've not heard anything. So,
I don't believe that was a part of the motion.
It was. I want to know the bottom line. What does that look like for our budget?
So, be very transparent, I do not.
Make sure that we can afford this and it's something that's not going to affect our budget.
I do not have the latest that you all received. I did not receive that. The last calculation was at $2,500, that counted that other $500 in there for a period of a year, and then we did have that period of gratis that the treasurer refers to. So unfortunately, I don't have that calculation because I did not get this latest packet that was here. So I do understand that in the latest packet, that was taken out. Yeah, that was shared to me by the treasurer, but I do not have
I would like to
an
be
actual
able to
contract.
see that information.
I'm so sorry.
I would like to be able to see that information before.
So would I. So I didn't get that.
$2,500?
Yes. No, the $2,500 of when he came and gave the presentation was a flat fee, and then we had annual potential annual increase according to the Consumer Price Index of 3% that was thrown in there. And it was just too variable at that point when he presented it. And I expressed a concern to him for that when he presented it to us. Apparently, when he responded back to treasurer, that has been taken out. What else has been taken out, I need to review that to be able to actually give you a total view of that, because I don't have that
You
package.
never received this?
I did not. Not the second piece, I did not, no.
And so, Treasurer, the difference between the 25 and the 3 is a cash,
It's a
a
phone.
check cashing
It's a phone,
ability?
it's a phone service.
A phone service. Okay, so what would that entail? You would be able to pay your taxes over the phone?
Just like what Consumers Energy has, you can
Okay.
dial their 800 number and, pay over the phone, give them your credit card, give them your banking
see.
information, e-check.
Okay.
But over the phone, and we get a lot of requests for that
Right.
on a regular basis to be able to make payments over the phone. People are surprised that we can't take.
I would like to offer, though, the deputy treasurer did ask me to provide this input, that she is regularly getting inquiries from our paying public for technology like this. She's getting them, and she actually said that she would come and speak to you all to that if that was something that you all requested, but she did ask me to pass that along, that is a regular complaint, concern of our taxpayers, that they have access to a mobile type of paying their, whatever it is that they owe to this township there. Actually, one incident that she did want me to highlight in context was we had a wheelchair-bound taxpayer that came into the township with quite a large sum of cash. And he really had a problem with the fact that he wasn't able to do that. He had to get out of his car, roll in here to do it. Said, "Why you don't have a mobile piece where I can put this money in there?" And that's according to the deputy treasurer. I didn't witness that myself, but was asked to pass that on there to y'all. So there's a demand for this service, is what I'm saying. BSNA does not collect cash. We don't cash. We could do everything right now through BSNA on off the site, but there's a great deal of cash transaction that do come through this municipality that this will aid us.
I think I'm all for the increase in the technology. I'm just concerned about the bottom dollar, making
absolutely.
sure that if this is something that we can afford and we can sustain. They when they come in and they tell you all, give you all the bells and whistles, and then on down the line, 6 months later, it's something different. And then, it's just, being able to sustain a program like this. But I'm in agreement. I do think that we do need something for folks who have disabilities. They can pick up the phone or whatever the case may be. They may be elderly and don't want to come as the weather is getting bad. But I just want us to be able to afford it, because a year from now, 2 years from now, we don't want to be caught with well, it increased, to this amount, and we're locked into a contract.
Agree.
That's my only concern, John.
Totally agree.
The
Totally
only
agree.
difference in this contract
Mhm.
from the previous one is that consumer, in 3% increase
Is out of that.
is out. It's the only difference.
Thank you.
Board members, I make a motion that we table it till we give it to our CFO to make sure that this is something that we can afford and we can sustain, and make sure that all of the pieces are in place before we make a decision.
Are we still going with that we want
We
to
have
have
a
a town
motion
hall?
on the floor to table. I have support. Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is the treasurer's request to promote Gene Johnson to System Administrative Treasurer Specialist.
So moved. Support.
Discussion on the motion.
We talked about the consistency of postings and stuff like that. Has this position been posted?
internally, yeah. It's in the break room and, it's upstairs. It's been posted just about as long as your system administrator position was posted last week, so.
You know, after listening to the Miss Beach, I would ask maybe that this title, we adjust this title to be more exact on what it is that we're looking for as far as the position goes, and then a list of responsibilities and duties for the job description.
With the aspect it's a union position, both of them are, and she's trying to combine them, which would have to negotiate with the union to join those two into one. Since the union contract says we can't demote any position, but when she retires, then we could fill that position, but she's creating a new position with a new title, a new wage, and it's a union position, and we need to negotiate that with the unions prior to advertising for that, or otherwise we'll get a grievance under improper negotiating and creating a contract.
And what can you spell out for us a union position that specifically, if she's trying to combine what two positions?
You have Sonia's position, that's a union
With
position.
IT, okay.
Right. And you have the cashier's position, that's a union position. And so you're trying to join both of them together to create this position, which is unfair labor practice without negotiating with the union. And you're creating a new union position without negotiating with the union to create that position, knowing that the individual is retiring in May of 26. So there's plenty of time to negotiate this with the union to get everything settled and then get it to the board and still have time for training.
We still do not have a completed GELC contract that we approved in July.
The contract is completed, the legal counsel is drawing it up and sending it to the union. He needs one more piece of information, which he sent us today.
So when will we expect our copies, sir?
I'm hoping to have it by the end of the month.
I have a question. What, and maybe this just went over my head. What is Sonia's actual title? System administrator. Okay. And forgive me because I'm trying to figure out, you're saying we putting two positions together. So Sonia was assistant administrator. So, but you saying Gina's not going to do that part of her work.
She's not gonna be doing the IT end.
Okay.
She's gonna be doing treasury.
The taxes. Sonia helped a lot with taxes.
Okay, I know Sonia did help a lot with
She's
taxes.
doing a part of the job, she's taking a part of her job responsibilities and creating the job.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out why we have the two different titles and if it's just doing the treasury
It's
part.
because she will be doing an additional work in treasury. The system administrator title is used for election supervisor. The system administrator title is used for IT. Why can't I have a system administrator for treasury that manages that?
That's what I'm asking. So it
That's
encompasses a lot of different things. That's what I'm
In
trying to get to.
treasury, yes. In my department, including water and sewer too.
She can have it because these are union positions, so that's negotiation. System administrator, cashier, supervisor, maintenance, those are all union positions. So when you come with a treasury specialist, it's not on this list. So you gotta know-
The system administrator.
Has the conversations been held with the union?
No,
Dwayne Smith, no, I haven't talked to Dwayne. I asked him about the different levels and the tiers and things like that. Table it till I can get some clarification from Dwayne Smith.
We need some kind of clarification, but we don't want to have it a grievance.
Okay.
And at least a conversation with.
You know, and maybe we could come up with some kind, you know, I don't know what the union says we can or can't do when it comes to titles and what we name something. But if this is a new position, perhaps we need a new title when we do have these discussions with the union.
And also
Water and sewers all year though.
It's the same thing with election supervisor, and you guys voted to make that full-time, and that's only happens once every couple years, so.
You gotta realize the input of that, are really.
You wanna pay for your elections, we gotta have taxes, we gotta make sure.
Registration cards and all that stuff all year round, and
Uh-huh.
making sure that we test those machines, validate all those machines and all that training, it's a lot of training.
We both have a lot of work, Dwayne.
You know,
just
yeah, I
need
would say
someone to
that, you
cover
know,
my
there's
stuff.
no need to
know,
compare
right.
because we need both departments. You're both important, you know.
I'll make a motion to table.
Support.
Have a motion to table by May, supported by Keenan. Roll call, please.
Yes, Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Dora.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
Next item on the agenda is Fire Station 3, promotion to Captain Lepard and Bacon promotion.
Or it should be
Station 1.
That's what I thought. Station 1.
Thank you, Board. I had my battalion retired. Well, September 30th was his last day. With that being said, I did some internal promotions with the two captains. The two lieutenants went to captains, and the two captains, one captain went to state, was pretty much already a temporary battalion. It's just a more or less a lateral move for the lieutenants to captains. Todd Rockwell and Greg Richardson. Todd Rockwell was a firefighter with the certification to be in the lieutenant's position, and Richardson was moved up to lieutenant. And it opened up a sergeant's position, and Joe Nagy inquired about it, and he was unanimously put into that position. These guys are going to be the future. So I'm looking down the road for the younger guys to be promoted because I'm leaving in 27. So I got to have somebody that's I can train up to do what I do.
I make a motion that we approve the promotions of Fire Station as presented.
Support.
Have a motion by Allen, supported by King, to approve Station 1's request for the promotions. Any further discussion on the motion?
I'm done.
Mhm.
I'm done. 27. I'm done. Yeah. April 1st, 27. I'm out. My wife don't think so, but I got news for her. No, that'll be my 35 years. I've had enough.
Good for you.
Time to move on and enjoy my grandkids when I
We
have
do
them.
appreciate all you've given to us, Chief.
Unless something changed between now and then, but my goal is to go April 1st, 27. And it's not April Fool's Day either. Don't think it. You already tried that trick. Huh?
March.
Roll call, please.
We'll see.
Mr. Mays.
Yes.
Ms. Jones.
Yes.
Ms. Dora.
Yes.
Ms. Loper.
Yes.
Mr. Baxter.
Yes.
Mr. Green.
Yes.
Myself, yes. Vote unanimous.
Thank you, Board.
Did we miss the item?
I was coming up.
The truck.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Next item on the agenda is my request to purchase a 2014 GMC half-ton pickup. It has about 32,000 miles on it. I sent it up to Louis to have it checked. And he said because of the age, what's the last sentence he said on there? He checked it, there's a little vibration, but he believes that's just the tires.
You say
And
overall,
he feels they were the original tires. there's some wear and tear on the brakes. You'll probably need a brake job. You probably need a new battery because it's an existing battery. The one we just put in the Ford F-50 is about 7 months old. And the training went out on that, and the frame is almost rusted in two. And so I'm requesting that we purchase this from the private owner for $13,000.
So move.
Support.
Any further discussion? We have a motion by Allen, supported by Baxter, to purchase the 2014 GMC pickup for $13,000 from a private owner.
Supervisor, you said this was for maintenance, correct?
Yes.
Our maintenance staff. Did maintenance have a vehicle before that they were using? Is it
He had
dead?
that
Did it die?
F-150 truck
Okay.
that died. That
That
was a
died
maintenance
completely.
truck.
That's why I was gonna ask what we
Yeah.
were gonna do with it. We just buried it. Okay,
Well,
good deal.
I'm gonna send it to Louis for the auction, I guess. I don't know. It's just,
Okay.
I mean, the tranny's out of it and the frame is almost in bad shape. We might just send it to the junkyard.
Scrap or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
also, just FYI, I asked, is this past practice that we purchase vehicles from private owners?
The vehicle that the maintenance man drove was bought from a private owner by Mr. Foster.
Blue one.
I just wanted to know, and that's why I'm glad we have an inspection. Somebody get in the car and we haven't had an inspection, something happened. I don't want liability to come back on the township. So that's why I'm asking, it's a past practice and we had to ask for I wanted to get an inspection, make sure. We don't want nothing to happen to our employees.
Any further discussion on the motion? Roll call.
Ms. Jonah?
Yes.
Ms. Dora?
Yes.
Ms. Loper?
Yes.
Mr. Baxter?
Yes.
Mr. Green?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Vote unanimous.
But since the transmission is out, $10.
Take it train, right? It'll cost you $150 to get it towed to your house. Next item on the agenda is the finance director's report.
Thank you. Good evening again, Supervisor Green, Township Board members. I provided you the written narrative of my report, and I won't read it all, but I think items B and C is worth mentioning because they both apply to state revenue sharing, and that was a concern expressed at your last board meeting. As we all may be aware that Governor Whitmer did sign the state's fiscal year, new fiscal year budget into play. There was a 12-hour decision made to spare statutory revenue sharing, but the decision did reduce constitutional revenue sharing by 5%. Essentially, it reduced it down $100,000 there. But constitutional revenue sharing was held in place there. So the new totals for our revenue sharing is $2,059,411 in constitutional and $482,034 in statutory revenue sharing. That gives us a total of $2,541,445 for this year. And I just wanted to give a caveat, as it was suggested to us at the finance director's meeting, to mention to our legislative bodies that this is just an estimate. Okay? I want to say that again, that this is just an estimate, which means that if gasoline taxes and other taxes that roll into this equation misses, then we'll be having a conversation about what it actually yielded in our fiscal year 25-26 budget. The governor, along with, and legislative body, along with reducing constitutional revenue sharing, did put a new revenue source in the budget. It's actually two, and both of them correspond to public safety. One of them is a public safety grant that would be directly in support of our policing, and is based on the highest average of violent crime data for Mount Morris Township and other municipalities from 2020 through 2022. During that 3-year period, the township averaged 201 violent crimes in that period. The formula, as a result to that, have us slated for an estimated distribution of dedicated money for public safety of $179,102. So they shifted $100,000 of constitutional revenue sharing, gave us $179,000 over here for public safety. So we benefited. Many municipalities did not, the city of Flint being one of them. Again, because I know I have our public safety officials in the audience, I need to mention that these funds must be used only for operational and capital expenditures for public safety purposes. 75% of that amount can be used to fund directly or indirectly officers or hiring. Up to 25% can be used for other non-law enforcement related public safety initiatives such as improving recruitment or retention efforts, training programs, equipment purchases, programs designed to reduce identified risks to public safety that could actually trickle down to our code enforcement.
I was gonna say.
I do know that you all were asking for an additional revenue support for code enforcement. This could potentially be one. I say potentially because I haven't seen the boilerplate yet of this, what this is going to be. But 25% of that, sir. There, all right, good deal. Could potentially go towards code enforcement.
The reason behind that is because we have not even received any community development block grant.
That is absolutely right. Thank you for that. Right now, I was going to highlight that. Thank you, Mr. Green. Right now, the federal pause is actually hitting all of us across the nation. We would have, under normal years, received our 2025 Community Development Block Grant dollars the 1st of August. It's getting ready to be November, and the county's program plan has not even been approved by the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development. That does not home well for Community Development Block Grant. There. That does fund some of our youth activities as well as our code enforcement. So right now, all of code enforcement is coming out of the general fund. The second source of this new revenue that was in the state budget is a one-time funding to assist with the purchase of fire equipment or fire gear for our firefighters. The state has set aside $4 million to be distributed to local units of government, but they have not, again, issued any boilerplate as to how we can access those dollars. But trust me, your finance director will be finding out. Last thing I have to you, Yo, and this is a point of information the supervisor is aware of. Yo has reached out to us and asked if we would reserve the week of June 8th through the 12th for our 25-26 audit. They have not provided an engagement letter at this point but I'm hopeful that we will again consent to engage Yo for the audit. That is the only support for those in the audience who may think otherwise. That is the only support that Yo give this municipality is audit support there. So there's no extra support for your finance director. So I thought that was necessary to mention that. Thank you. Yes, sir.
So the 179,102 estimate, do you have an idea like when those funds will be available, or did they give any indication?
They just said it was earmarked for 2026. No real boilerplate yet on that. I am nosing around on that there to see. I think those dollars will probably be more available before the firefighters' dollars will, because of the manner that this particular grant is funded. Shifting money from that constitutional revenue sharing has pretty much handicapped some municipalities around here. So I'm sure that they'll try to get those out.
Do you know, will it be like a one-time?
This is a one-time thing, yes. Yeah, just one-time drop of both of those, yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, good question.
Any further questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Clerk's office report. This time we set aside public comments where anyone can address the board. Anyone public comments? Anyone wishing to address the board on the public comments?
Stephanie Miles, 1030 West Julia Avenue. I just have a couple questions. Why can't we take payments over the phone? Is there a law? Is there some rule that states we can't take payments over the phone?
We've never taken them over the phone.
That's not true, because when I worked as the cashier, the part-time cashier, I was always happy to take a payment over the phone. Even now, some of my handicap residents reach out to me that I'm in the supervisor's office, and I will still process their payments over the phone. So unless we're not able to do that, I don't know why we can't just do that in-house. And then my problem with the kiosk, just as a resident, is, well, same difference. You can do, yeah, you, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can pay your bills online. And doesn't it charge the customer, like the Secretary of State, when you put cash in there, they charge you a 2 or a 3% fee? Okay, other than that, though, it's $3,000 a month, and we set up, I live next door to Beetlejuice. So it would be great to have some code enforcement, actually, code enforcers, and I can't see spending $3,000 on this monthly when we could use that for other things. And with regard to my position that you spoke about, I applied for a posted position, not one that was created. I applied for a posted position that someone was retiring from. So they're not comparable, just an FYI. Thank you.
And I would like to address this board.
Name, please.
Jean Johnson. I've been in the Treasurer's Department for 3 years. We have never taken payments over the phone. First of all, we're too busy to take payments over the phone. Second of all, we need their card. They can go on our website and input their information. We are too busy to take people's payment over the phone. So no, we have never had a policy where we take payments over the phone.
What about the seniors who can't get online, Jean? There's plenty, and we have.
Anyone else wishing to address the board?
I'm trying to get there. I have a
You are,
broke
ma'am.
ankle 3 places.
Bless your heart.
Carol Smith, 6162 Hilton Lane. I want to address the board and the residents. I'm still asking or talking about the landlord ordinance. And the reason I'm doing that is because I just noticed the nuisance ordinance, reckless driving. Good job. But we still need to have the landlords accountable for stuff. I live in a house that I've been there at least, I want to say 15 years, maybe more. Now I have new renters coming in, setting up dog houses, Mr. Green, and they're just renting the property. And the dogs are the type of animals, if they get loose and they bite someone, I have grandchildren and Gigi babies, great-grands. I'm suing from here, township on down, because we do need to protect people that are purchasing their homes and let the landlords know that they have to be accountable for stuff too. And that's just the way that I feel. I've been talking about this forever. And then the one thing is, why are we as a township, city, whatever we are, so outdated with stuff when it comes to equipment, hiring, outsourcing, anything? We bicker amongst yourselves. You represent the residents. We need to be upgraded, like Beyonce said. We need some new stuff. This is not fair to us as residents. It's not fair. And the other thing about job descriptions, does each and every one of you all have jobs posted in your department where it describes the description of the job, the qualifications, how long that person is expected to be there, the wages, and this and that. Do your departments have that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. My other thing is, when the nuisance ordinance was talked about, you spoke on basketball hoops. Now, will we notify the residents to say, hey, your kid has a hoop out here in the street and the cars can't come through? Are we going to let these people know that cannot get out of their homes or can't get around? Are we going to let them know that we're going to start implementing certain things?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Put it on our website, and the hoops and stuff, the police officers talk to those kids and say they gotta get it out of the streets when they're done. If not, we impound them, and we've done that in the past.
I get it. I've been up here for a good while. My husband was Jose Smith. He was here when a lot of that hurricane and whatever went on. So I get what you're saying. The main thing is to implement it. It's good to talk it, but we have to walk it too.
Anyone else wishing to address the board?
Okay, just a couple of things, Jolena. Sam's 5432 Sarah Rose Drive. I don't have to iterate in reference to the DIVAB kiosk, whatever it is, because I think Carol said it all, because it's over 4,000 residents in this township, and we really could use it. From the doctor's office to wherever, they have those machines. I'm not going to go to that. The other thing is in reference to Jane Johnson, when you all talked about the treasurer department and her helping with the taxes, or a title doesn't mean anything to me. So whatever she called her doesn't matter. But the fact that the previous treasurer, board members that you were there, fussed, raised holy hell, the fact that she needed Sonia help with the taxes. Well, that's the same thing that would go for Mrs. King. She's going to need help with those taxes. Let that be a training for Jean, so that when the time comes, that she's already able to help. She's already there to help, board members. Come on, it's plain as the nose on your face. She's already there to help. She's been trained in it. You don't need to be nobody else in, and the taxes can get done. Okay, the last thing, I was down in Detroit, Lieutenant Governor, with him, my daughter, we went down there for an event. And I want you all to know, to those board members that was a part of us going to Lansing, they've been talking about Mount Morris Township, those of you who financed it, the residents that went to Lansing. I just appreciate, and I want you to know that if you have not heard, the residents of this township is talking about their new roads. And they call me, we just thank you, Reggie, I know we're excited about as tore up as Mendoberger was. We ain't gotta do that anymore, right? Okay, so I'm just saying, I just want you all to know they are so excited. So to Baxter, Allen, Michelle, Dora, whatever part y'all played in it, the residents of Mount Morris Township appreciate it. And, they really, really appreciate what got done with that $2.3 million. So I just want you guys to know if you have not heard.
Melissa Rogers, Mott Avenue. First, I want to thank Mr. Green, because after talking at the last board meeting, within a couple days, our speed limit on our road is now 25 miles an hour. So that was amazing. Another thing is, I can't understand why Mr. Allen here is getting blocked for filling a position that he feels he needs for his department that obviously is within his budget, but you're letting the Treasury Department make up a new position that I'm sure is probably twice as much money as his part-time person that would help out his people. I just don't understand that. Everything that he tries to bring, there's opposition and there's argument. And this one over here is making things up. So I think that it needs to be checked out a little bit. Oh, and when I was a cashier, we did take payment over the phone.
Anyone else wishing for business comment?
Jeff Masters, Clio. First of all, I just want to make something clear. If you would, that camera right there, where do you reside?
39.5 Pine Gate Drive.
And you're going to stand by that,
Flushing, Michigan.
and you're going to tell the board that's where you reside. Get ready, board. You're all going to be real surprised. Let's talk about the cashier employment record for a minute before you decide to promote somebody who moved to her office and then got promoted again, then went back to cashier. You guys remember when she took private information out of the supervisor's desk, not this one, the other one, and shared it amongst people? Do we remember that? Have you looked at her employment record? Have you looked at anything that's ever been done? Going to get her hair done during Christmas on the clock, taking someone else's car so her car appears here in the parking lot? Don't think that people don't know. Don't think we're not paying attention. It's as silly as promoting her to give her a sixth position in the treasurer's office that isn't even needed. It's ridiculous and ludicrous to even think you need to add somebody else to do something that they have no experience. That's almost as ridiculous as hiring this individual as a financial director with no accounting background. Stop talking. No financial background, no credentials, no nothing. I can say it. I can say it. The attorney said I can say it. And who authorized the deputy treasurer to work from home? Anyone? What can you really do from home? I'm just curious. And then, hey, zip it, cashier. And then, two nice audios that were taken in the parking lot after meetings. You really should watch what you say in the parking lot because they're both going public. And thanks for your comments earlier in the beginning of the meeting. Smart.
Anyone else wishing to make public comments? Public comments? Close public comments.
Mr. Bully.
Legal counsel isn't here. Fire chief report. Station 1. Station 2.
I can't beat all that, but I'll try.
Would you glad you're not sitting up here no more?
I talked briefly and I've been discussing and talking to the township attorney about an apartment complex that's eating my budget. He sent me an email for updated fire calls to this area. And I'm going to give them to Mr. Green to send off to the attorney. Another $8,000 with fire calls. He's processing, going to court with them or something, I think. So anyways, that's the updated up till this last weekend. So we're getting 2 and 3 a day, over. And then the last one, if we don't go, the last one I went there and the gentleman really didn't want me in his apartment, but he had paper on fire. He was an older guy, probably in his 70s, and it was smoldering and smoking up the building, setting the alarm off. So, we have to go if we get toned out for it because it's our responsibility. So that's what the problem was. Another thing that I like to touch base is I've talked to Mr. Beach, Chief Beach, and one of his patrol officers concerning the Grand Blanc situation at the church that happened 3 weeks ago. We wanted to do a training, but the state requires the fire departments to have 48 hours of training on fires. Well, we're almost at the end of the year. We got to have this training now, and it's going to be about another 5 to 10 hours of training that I would like to add this year only for this training to the firefighters from 48 to 55 total, at the end of the year. Because I guess this officer, Pat, talked to you, the Trinity Church up on Mount Morrison 75, I guess they're willing to let us train and do some kind of a training with the police and fire. So if this does happen, it's going to happen sooner or later. We just don't know when. But we have to pay these guys to be there for a day's worth of training. There's going to be extensive training. So I would like to.
Did you get anything from Trinity Church considering to that? And
Well, right now it's just all in process.
All in process
Yes.
of discussing,
Yes.
so.
Pat said he talked to the priest or the preacher up there and they're willing to do that, as far as we got to get the insurance information if we get hurt there.
Let's
all that
research
stuff.
it and
Right.
check with ours.
Right.
That's an excellent idea, but I would prefer to have all the information in regards to that additional training and check with our finance director to make sure that he has the funds to do so and the insurance liability covers it.
Well, as far as the funds, we need this training.
I understand. that.
Exactly. It's
I'm
like,
not- I'm not disputing that. we need the training because if it does happen, we need to be prepared.
Right, exactly, because,
And
you
I
know,
don't have any issues with that. I just want the liability covered.
right.
Okay?
Okay, all right, just wanted to bring that to your attention.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Chief?
Yeah, just real quick, in regards, the gentleman, he's still here, regarding go-karts, golf carts, ATVs, that sort of thing on the roadways. We don't have an ordinance in regards to those, but we do write them under unregistered vehicles on the roadway. So.
Didn't the DNR come out with some guidelines in regards to those things? And the county had something set up about 7 years ago through the county road commission that you could designate those areas if you wanted to and put restrictions on them, but I don't think we ever did anything with
No, I
it.
don't believe we did. So if we have those type of vehicles on the road, you know, and someone calls 911, we come out and we'll issue that individual a citation for driving an unregistered vehicle on the roadway, and, you know, depending on the situation, that vehicle can be impounded or not, so. All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Board comments. Mr. Baxter.
I just got a curiosity. I mean, it came up and talked about liability. I'm just curious of how we're doing on a renewal of our liability insurance. Has there been any contact with the insurance agent? Because I don't want to get like last year where we had a special meeting to make sure we had insurance.
Glad you brought him up. I met with him earlier today. He came in, John Johnson, and he said that we should have something at the end of November at the latest. It would not go into December. We are already doing applications, and from his notification and his speech, it actually looks good for us. So he's just trying to do some things with the law enforcement piece to add to travelers. Right now, they're on their own policy. He's trying to bring them into travelers and some more things, but it's looking good right now. So we met today, and it's not going to be at the wee hours of how it was in the past. So we already emphasized that. So he's either going to be here on the November 10th meeting or the 24th.
And thank you. And then also, like, hopefully we could get some of these things figured out. And I know, like, the attorney, like, we got some emails today, and then there's some other things, and things come up. Yo sent something just before the meeting started, but we had 6 things tabled. We have a whole next board meeting agenda for the next board meeting already. And somehow we just got to figure out a way to work through these things. And I get some things come up, but like some of these, they're not old news, and I get it. Like some of the deputy treasurer's contract is going back to the attorney back and forth. Honestly, I'm lost. I don't even know where square one is now because there's so much language backwards, and it's just, so we just have to figure it out. Because, I mean, the next meeting is going to be just as long, and who knows what goes up from here to there. Also, my heart goes out for, like, Grambling Township and stuff like that with the tragedy they had. And I can't imagine that municipality and the supervisor and the fire department and the police department of something like that, that tragedy goes on. Thank goodness for the police and fire. I mean, you've seen the videos of it, and it's like, but, and I think having a training at the Trinity would be a great idea because you don't know if it'll happen there. Even the church I go to, we ordered barriers to block because we do have windows that people can drive through, and it sucks that we live in a world where you got to think of that. You got those costs, but yeah, my heart definitely goes out to the people of that church and the community and that board to deal with that. That's it.
Mr. Mays.
I have nothing tonight.
Mrs. Keenan.
I have nothing.
Mr. Allen.
I'd like to just thank everybody for coming out and voicing your opinion. And that's all I have.
Mrs. King.
Save the best for last. Yeah. Second to last. I want to thank the Fire Station 1 for a great day on Saturday. You guys did a great job. The kids love watching a car being torn apart. It happened a whole lot faster this year with the new equipment. So that was really good. And thanks for inviting us out. We enjoyed ourselves, as we always do, and the weather was good, too. I'd like to invite the board out this Sunday, 2 to 4, for a luncheon for our first responders. Bring your spouse and come on out and eat a meal with us and celebrate them. I just want to say that, folks want to be able to have freedom of speech, but they don't want somebody else to have freedom of speech. They want to point their finger at you and make you supposed to be scared and stuff. Bullies don't affect me. Okay, don't scare me one little bit. Come on with it. All right, but the words, like when we start putting human hierarchy, where you're worth more because you have this amount of money or because your skin is a certain tone. That's what the problem with this world is right here. This human hierarchy that we put folks on. Just try and be happy with yourself, because I think sometimes when you walk around being in everybody's business, that you got an axe to grind and there's something going on. And I'm praying for your peace. Thank you, sir.
It's this Saturday, did you say?
It's Sunday, sir. Sunday 2 to 4.
Ms. Loper.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you
I
very
am.
much.
I just want to say, I know, I agreed with you, Mr. Baxter. We did table a lot of things. And hopefully this will be the last time that we have this many things tabled. And I hear the folks that's coming up to the podium. And when I'm just speaking for myself, when I'm considering whether it's hiring or adding or whatever, I'm always trying to make sure that it's something that we can afford, because once we leave these seats, it's this township has to go on. So we have to make decisions that move the township forward when we're gone. And one of the things that I know, we have been stagnant in certain areas, just like the policy handbook hadn't been updated in over 20 years. And we're not voting it for the moment, because we're living in the moment. We need to make choices that make sense 4 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years. So I try to look to make sure that it's something that we can afford, something that we can sustain, and we're making a decision that we're not going to be sued or have litigations or liability for. Those are the things that I look at when I'm making decisions. May not agree with somebody, but that's truly what I'm looking at, to make sure that this is a decision that's not going to just affect me at the moment because I'm sitting here. It's going to affect the people who work here, who's going to retire in 2027, and those other ones, if not sooner, okay. But those who are going to retire, maybe 10 years from now, somebody brand new that just came in maybe a couple years ago, like that young man. So that is some of the things that we look at. But we do need to make sure that we get the information as soon as we can and make sure we vet everything. And I'm going to leave on a positive note. I'm not going to let nothing disappoint my day. Thank everybody for coming. We appreciate you all.
Anything else, ma'am?
No, that's all, Mr. Green.
I move the meeting be adjourned. Do I have a motion, please?
Support.
Dora,
Yes.
Loper.